I did not think she would even make it this long. It's just crazy. Not even half a finger wide. She was chained up and neglect. Well, I can't really say more than that, but the most important is we got her. Now we are here today with a very, very special girl. Her name is Alba, and she came in 3 days ago. She's incredibly thin. You might have seen her already online on some of her social profiles, but I thought it would be nice to sit with her because I can explain things a little bit better then, and you can see what her character's like. And these videos where you give the dogs a little bit more time, you really get to see what they're all about and see what sort of position she's in. First of all, it's Monday morning and we got Alba on Friday morning. So she is now been here for 72 hours, but I did not think she would even make it this long. When we rescued her off her chain, we took her straight to the vets, and I had a sense that she wasn't going to make it, to be honest. I waited until the evening to even share her because her outlook was so bad. The vet immediately said that she had a very weak heart because she could check that. She obviously had surface things going on that we could see, like lots of ticks that were like sucking her blood. She's got very, very long toenails, which are just crazy. We haven't cut those yet because it's just a bit stressful for her, and quite honestly, I'm just trying to keep her alive. Those are some of the things that are wrong with her, but obviously the main thing is her weight. If I lift her up here, you can see that. You okay, darling? You can see that she's just as light as a feather. I mean, looking at her is one thing, but when you actually pick her up, it's like, I'm trying to think of how to explain how light it is. It's like if you go to pick up a suitcase, you know, in an airport, like a suitcase that you take on an airplane, and it's full, it's a normal weight. Picking her up is like picking her up with nothing in the suitcase. It's like, or nothing in a big heavy backpack. You suddenly pick it up and there's nothing in there. That's what she feels like. It feels like if a big bit of wind came along, she would get blown away. But she's been here for 3 days now, and I had to start her off. I've learned this the hard way. Had to start her off with very small bits of food, but we've got poached chicken for her, which she's starting to eat. So obviously a dog that's eating is a wonderful sign. If she wasn't eating, I'd be worried. Now, one thing that would massively help more dogs like Alba and the sick dogs in Thailand is if you could like or subscribe to the video. It's just a massive help. It tells more people about our work and it helps us save wonderful dogs like Alba. So a subscribe would be massively appreciated. She's had some really strong medicines to take on board, and to be honest, we were worried that the medicines might even kill her. Come here, darling, that's okay. You took a bit too big a piece there, madam. You took a bit too big of a piece. Let's break that one up for you, look. We were very worried that the medicines might even kill her. That's the risk we took because she really needed them urgently to get the parasites under control. But we were worried that the medicines could kill her. But you can see that her appetite is quite good. It's very dangerous to overfeed a dog that is this thin. I saw it with Tina. We overfed her and her stomach bloated straight up. Obviously, when you see a dog like this, the first thing you think is give them a big meal. Would seem, you know, like their stomach can expand and they can actually die. So we started her off. She's been eating poached chicken, organic salmon. A few people sent little donations saying, can you get her something very nice to eat? And we have. We've been able to get her the best of the best. So she's really enjoying herself. I'm going to set this aside and go and get Hank just very quickly because he wants to come out and he can smell the chicken. But he's been very good to her, Hank, as she's settled in here. She's up in my house actually because we just thought Happy Doggo Land would be a little bit too noisy, scary, and too much for her to take in. But we brought her up here, cleaned her up, and she's got her wonderful friend Hank now, who I'm just going to get. There we go, there we go. Just relax, just relax. Now you can have a sit down. Now we've let Hank out of the room. He's just polishing off her chicken. The first thing, I mean, you'll see in the video, but she had a chain around her neck. So the first thing, I know it wouldn't really help her health massively, but the first thing was just cleaning up her neck where that horrible chain was and getting a bandana on her. Those are kind of superficial things, but they really do help, I think. Here's Hank. Hank absolutely adores her. He has been like a guardian angel to her. And I think she's settled in here really nicely now. She doesn't really go on long walks. I would say 20 meters, 20 yards at most. But she's very, very happy. Her energy is low and I can feel her heartbeat. It's sort of fast and then it's slow. So this is a dog who's in very, very big danger, if we're honest. You might think that she's eaten, that she's going to put on weight and she's just going to get fixed. Absolutely not. We've had dogs like this that what happens is their bodies kind of relax when they come in here. To Happy Dogger Land or to my house, their bodies can relax and the fight mode of survival sometimes stops, and then they really get very, very sick. So I've seen dogs go downhill and die within 12 hours in this state. So we're very, very worried. I haven't really slept all weekend because when you've got a dog that's on your couch that's between life and death, I wasn't feeling the tiredness at the weekend itself, but now I must say that she's doing a little bit better and that there's a good chance that she could survive. Hank is licking the face off her. Hanky, come on, out. You have to give her space, Hank. She's small and you know that. You got your chicken, good boy. We're making a video. Come on, over here. Good boy, just have a little rest. Hank has actually been really good with her. He just likes giving her attention. The way he's licking me and the way he's licking Earth, he's not doing that too much to her because he knows that she needs space. So he'll sit on one side of the couch and I think she likes the protection. She really likes having somebody around. So Hank is really been a help to her, and they sit beside each other on the couch when I go out to help the other dogs. So I think it's really nice. But I mean, there couldn't be more wrong with this dog. She has heartworms, which is as serious as it gets for a dog. We're not treating those yet because the treatment would kill her. The treatment for the heartworms will start in a few days when she gets a bit stronger, if everything keeps going to plan. We're treating her for the ticks at the moment. She's got tick fever, which is in her blood. She's got anemia, which you can see from her really white gums. But these gums were like pale white on Friday when she came in, and there's tiny little bits of red in there at the moment. So she's starting to come around ever so slowly. So we've treated her for some things and trying to just like genuinely not kill her with the medicines. Like when you're this small, the wrong sort of medicines going into you could really finish you off. So things like, it's kind of a stages. We're going to fix the ticks, which we've done. We're going to get her blood supports in there. She's got vitamins. Obviously, she's got really good food. She's got loads of rest, and she's drinking lots of water. So that gives her every chance in the world. But she's really sleeping. Like, she curls up on that couch with Hank and she'll sleep for 10, 12 hours at a time. Like, she is a dog who is broken and exhausted from that chain. I can't really go into too much about where she came from, but she was chained up and, neglect. Well, I can't really say more than that, but the most important is we got her, we got her out of there and she's got a fighting chance. I called her Alba because I was just looking for a name that was kind of like hope, or she'd have a second chance or something, and then I came across Alba, which means in Spanish it means dawn, like so the morning, the dawn, and in Italian it means sunrise. So I was just like, Alba, that's a nice name. Hopefully she can see a lot more sunrises in her life. So she's seen 3 already. and she is going to hopefully see a lot more. I'm not going to lie, I do wake up about 6 or 7 times every night. I've got the door open so I can see her on the couch, and I kind of look over and see if she's still alive. Like, it's really touch and go. I think she looks fantastic at the moment, but believe me, things can change. Isn't that right, Hank? You're a very good nurse. Yeah, so things can change, but we're gonna not force it with her. That a win with Alba would be me sitting here on Friday, 5 days time, having not done too much apart from her simple medicines and feeding her 4 or 5 little meals a day, and her being a little bit bigger. That would be a win if she was still alive. I'm kind of scared, even as we're making this video, I'm scared that I might be making a post on Instagram later tonight or tomorrow saying, you know, she didn't make it. That's how touch and go it is. At the moment, things are looking good, but I can't stress enough how quickly it changes. But we're being positive. I think if she did, you know, if she did not make it, the one thing that I was thinking about all weekend was she was on that little chair with the chain around her neck. If we hadn't have got her out of there, she would be dead by now. And I just was thinking about the person who would come along and find her on the chain dead. They'd have to, like, you know, I was thinking of the practical elements of, like, you know, just finding a dog like in that state, and she would never have known any better. So if she wasn't to make it, at least she would have had 3 days already of poached salmon, rotisserie chicken, big belly rubs, and company of Hank, her private nurse, and a really soft blanket and a nice shelter from the rain. So she's got all that, and that's a win. But we're going to try and get an awful lot more. You can see even like her ears have been, you know, chewed by the little ticks and fleas. You know, they're in a terrible state. But I can see improvement, literally improvement by the hour, by the day. And then she has some little wobbles where I'm like, oh, that doesn't look good at all. But Alba, sunshine, dawn, is definitely going to see an awful lot more sun rises. That's the plan. She's a wonderful little dog. She's so gentle. She's so gentle. She barked the first time when we came up, as most dogs do, to her little area. And I think it must have used every ounce of energy for her to do that bark, because she has no energy. So she's the friendliest, most gentle girl you could ever see. Aren't you, Alba? Are you ready to go in for a sleep now? Her smile is sometimes looks like she's like showing her teeth, but she's not. Her lips are a bit dry and her nose is dry, so that her mouth sort of curls up, but it gives her a beautiful little smile, I think. She's a real beauty, little Alba, and she'd appreciate everybody keeping her fingers crossed for her, and we're hopeful she'll make it. So if you like this video, it's a little bit different in style, but I wanted to give her a proper introduction so as you could see what she's going through. She's gone back up onto her couch, but if you like the video, a subscribe or a like would be massively appreciated. Time for a rest for Alba, and fingers crossed.